Coming to you October 23rd, 2018, Tuesday at 16:01. That's for real. I never really say the time because usually it's in the morning. It is 4:01 in the 4:01 in the afternoon. Young evening, close to evening time. I titled this Learning, and I want to say thank you for whoever joins, watch, listens. I don't have no monetize. I don't have no Patreon, no PayPal, no Cash App. I don't care for that. Whatever. That's not where I'm getting my income from. So the effort, I don't worry about that. That's just me. This is my decision. I feel like my work for me gonna come when I'm out of my house, or even in my house, unless it's something I have to do. Somebody give me an assignment, project, I have to work on the computer or work on paper, turn it in to the person, then get paid. That's how I work. And that's just coming from my heart and the way I am. And I'm learning so much about people. I just realized there's a black YouTube. It's been like 3 weeks. Decided probably not going to be a part of it now. I'd rather wait till later because like my direction is it's geared more a self walk. And with my self walk, I gotta come to understanding there's a reason. Like my reason on my self walk, I never fitted in. Like I explained before, I went to school. I used to see words. They call it dyslexia. I don't call it that because that's a curse. And I didn't see words, so I had to learn the language so I can talk to everyone. But I knew it was more. I had a hard time trying to learn other languages. I have a hard time through simple comprehension or psychological difference, mental differences, physical differences. I don't have a problem, or I don't have a alignment. So like everybody energies are different. But for myself, I learned I can excuse everybody else's, but I find it so hard for me to understand everybody. I found a lot of people can be on the same page. I'm on the same page, but I'm like, well, going a little bit far ahead. Can you slow down? Can you help me come to an understanding? Can I know so I can get knowledge out of this? And I find it hard. It's very hard to do that. So I'd rather just stick to like my guns, what I know for now, and just wait a little longer, or just wait to everybody. Or I'm not gonna wait for everybody. What I'm gonna do, we say stay in our own lane. I don't want to say that because that sounds like I'm not trying to be better. Like it's trying to say I'm a perfect where I'm at, but nobody else. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just gonna be where I'm at and be okay with everybody where they're at, and let them just have it because I don't understand. I am very confused on how, as I talk to people of my race, how we're gonna be better. And then if we say one person left behind, then we negate that because you got a group. Remember, I was speaking about groups on like I think 2 lives ago, if I can recall, about if this group allow this group and allow that group. And the best example to me is Black Panther. They fight for the throne of the king, but they had groups. They wasn't so much fighting. You had people like I call them pawns and decoys that was in there to know like you slap with their finger, somebody else come in, and it caused discord because their mind is like, shouldn't we do this? But they only follow it not by honor of. I'm gonna say I honor my race before I will honor anything else. So if I have a misunderstanding or a misinterpret, if I miss anything, a mistake, misunderstanding, misinterpretation, a miscatch, I dropped the ball, I missed the ball, I didn't see it. To me, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm turning the knob to turn on my frequency so I can be in tune. But I'm learning you might have some that don't see that. I say example, i.e., if one man think one way or one woman think, and they all on one accord, so be it. If a person come in that's not on the same accord, if we're gonna work and band together, we're gonna have a discussion, solutions to resolve. Because I am just like they are, they're great too. How can we get better and we're not getting better? We not even trying. It's like, okay, so be it. So somebody gotta be the bigger person. I remember Martin Luther King said, somebody hit you, you hit them back. They hit you, hit them back. Then you finally stop. You apologize. You do everything you can do. And the person keeps saying, F you, no. It's like, when we gonna start using that? And I'm learning there's so much dialect that is so different, and it's hurtful dialect. It's negative, because outside of me, I have no control. But if we get into a discussion, a board, a forum, if we're gonna say a family, or they call it Black YouTube, we call it. I'm not part of it yet because I don't understand it. I'm missing something, and it's hard to get explained. I would like to get a one-on-one so I can understand. But the man I am made, we got so much that was taught to us. We would say, let's get away from the patriarch, but then we would say house nigga versus this nigga, lame educated or smart educated versus hood Pookie Rayway hood dude. And it's confusing because that's not what we should be saying. We should like, I'm not trying to tell you what to say, but if I'm gonna talk to people, I want to be like, well, what's your name? Okay, you're such and such. You're such and such. I don't understand. You two agree on something. You two minds have a connection, a alignment to a frequency, an energy that I don't have yet. It's not about, and we like to use fancy word. Oh, I'm awoke. You're conscious. My third eye, my pinot. It's not about that. I don't care about all that. I just want to understand. I truly try to understand, but you get put out, and then that's when the young kids, when a young age, you're like, I don't fit in, because every time you try, there is no extended hand. One side see one side as wrong. When I brought up blame, blame is a personal, individual action you choose to go by. That's all blame is. It's personal. It's an individual action. It don't respond to a group. Unless you're part of that group and you like, okay, y'all, the whole group is agreeing, cool. But then within that group, it's if you're gonna do a race is a group, classification. So if we go by race, classification. So I'm American, African. Well, I'm African, but I'm from Africa. I'm in America, but I'm part of the same race. My father is this, my mother is that, and I have this in me, but I'm part of that. So it's classification. So we're going to utilize that, even with understanding of language, translation. We got to understand that's how we going to come together. If we can't do that on a basis, it's hurtful because the basis we use, it keeps saying, and I hate these terms, real man, alpha, beta. Then you got the people like, oh, you weak, or then you start using people out of their names when names don't help the situation. It's like, I always do this. Okay, you're going to always do this. I'm not asking you. I'm past that always do this part. Can you please explain now what are you talking about to me so I can understand you? If you want me to, if some people just want to be understood, so I'm going to just try to understand them. I'm already not accepted already because what has happened, our mind has been breeded, fostered, and nurtured to only take on our only view. We cannot go out of the zone. If we go out of the zone, we have to find some alignment and have to be more than, it seems like 80% correct for us to even agree on it as a race of African descent people that's in America. That's trying to make a change for people, young men and children. It's like we captivated by a certain type of man, a certain type of woman, which we shouldn't. I like thick, fat, tall, big, little, small, short, educated. Nah, I ain't gonna say non-educated. It's not systematic educated. It's book smart, book educated, street smart, street educated, know it all, don't know it all. I'm okay with all. But then if you come together with a group discussion, It's going to go as a whole, but there's going to be individuals that's going to be left behind. Those individuals feel so left out, and no lie, I'm every name that if you listen to this and you think I'm less of a man, I'm a coon, I'm this. You got these words you like to use, like I'm the respect police. Come on now, we ain't working under the policy, but you trying to talk to me. I'm not the hood. I'm from the hood. I know what the hood did. I watched those dudes sell drugs. I seen the dude get mad. My cousin got shot over weed. Weed. Come on now. So that make me, I don't talk about it, but I'm not, and then we say, I know more hood dudes that got more education than the dudes that went to the school. Why can't we just collaborate? That would make it so much easier to understand one another. I don't like the word nigga being referred to me. I don't like the words. I don't like a slave word. And if we thinking that's okay because you in a group and the other group cool, it's never gonna work. We're gonna never have a Wakanda. We're gonna never have 9 different tribes and know the king is the king because he won that spot. We had an honor of winning that spot. We don't have an honor. We don't even know ourselves. That's why the same thing has to keep being guided. Now, if you're going to nurture, if you're going to train, you're going to instruct, we got to do it in the positive and the good. And there's a right way to do it. It's like respect. Oh, I don't want to respect. If you know me, I should do this. I was like, all right, I'm doing that. But then there's a time that I don't want to hear a woman call a woman a B-word all the time. I don't want to hear a woman say ho. I don't want to hear a man say nigga, nigga, nigga. It's like, I got to change, but you going to stay the same? That's working? That's not working. It's not getting us nowhere. And we got to understand, this is brand new. This is not going to change overnight. So we thinking, oh, where we going to get information? No, information don't change because we still we can't even come to an understanding like, damn. And then and that's why I feel like people are going to be left out. That's why you do see your son and daughter don't want to be at home if you have children. That's why the kids in the community, they want to go out to a different community. They don't want to live in the community. Community could be getting better. The neighborhood I'm from, the neighbor surrounding I'm from, it's getting better. But everybody still want to leave. Because nobody want to understand each other. It's like, I'm sitting here. I'm staying right here to understand you. But you leaving. Okay, bye. Can I talk to you individually? No. I see we not going, you never know that. We never even took the time out to see if we could even get on those grounds. Let's see if we can make it common. Let's see if we can get on the same ground. Let's see if we can stand by each other. Before it don't make sense to all of us because it's not common yet to all of us. We still haven't hit the mark of get to some common sense. We say it's sense and it's common. We got to put those together. If we say we a race is all everybody put together. If we a black YouTube, you can't leave one out. I don't care because somebody can learn from somebody else. Like I watch it when certain people on a certain way, they don't say certain things. But when a person leaves, that person was like the mediator or a person like, like it's like the right hand. I brought up the right hand and left hand, the left hand and right hand. I don't talk to him or her. We have a hard time understanding. But my right hand and left hand, like, hold on, I got this. Me and this person, we understand because I can understand you. I took the time out, but they haven't took the time. They may not want to, but I'm gonna use me to be your front runner to get them to say, hey, he's not that. He's here for the same reason. But because he's not part of this group, he don't fit in. We don't need people to say that to each other, but we can't even do that because it's hard. That's all I can say. It's hard. I don't blast off on people. I talk about if we had a Pacific thing and I would like to say, dang, why can't I be straightforward with you? Why is it that my separation of differences is dividing to you? And then why is it my separation? Why is my divide or our divide causing us not even be around one another to say nothing to it? It's like, it's my way or no way. It's like the highway or no way. Is that really conflict resolution? Is that togetherness? Is that Black YouTube? Is that us being together? Is that one trying to come to one? If we just going to ignore one thing to get to another one, because then we can move on, but still don't regeneralize. But when you say that, oh, they wrote books. We read their books. They tell us don't read the books, so we don't read them. So we start reading other books, so we start getting more knowledge. Then we say, now let's go back and read these books. We seen the error in our ways. We seen the error in our ways. We seen the errors in our ways. The errors in our ways. The end of me. The end of me is no more about me. Now, the negative is I don't say enemy no more. I say the colonizers, the conquerors, or the people that came against me, because my enemy is only myself, because I had to take my outside views and I had to spread them. I had to put one there, there. And individually, I had to go through them all. When I went through them all, I call it the power of oneness. I was like, okay, they want respect, but fuck respect. That's what they say when we in this setting, because it's more than help of the people. But we want to help the whole as a whole, but it's one person, there's two people, there's three people that's like, I can't do nothing with this. I don't understand. Well, just jump on board. Okay, I'm gonna jump on board. Okay, down the line, I don't understand still. Well, no, hold on. I don't. And eventually, this person will be like, what I'm here for. That's how a lot of people of the same race feel. If you the hood dude, you in the streets, now you doing better for the streets. Cool. I don't look down on them, but it's automatically it's an assumption. And I learned this, and this is a true great. And I keep asking, I want to ask a lot of women this. A certain specific type of man is highly attractive. You will notice him, even men, we notice him right away. Then we start using their language. They study animals and play with us in alchemy. That's called alchemy is medical. And put curses. And told us our stuff was wrong, but turned right back around and used it. And they're getting a blessing. Because it went for the good or the bad. The blessing that they got the riches. They're dominating the species because they told us we knew it wasn't wrong. We didn't listen. We did so many things that wouldn't be coming to us. And we want the respect. I don't want no respect. If you can't respect me for who I am, if you can't like me, you can't admire me, you can't even have have some type of courtesy. Yeah, these are stupid words we should use to each other too, right? Right. That's what I'm getting. That's dumb. Nigga don't bother you, but it bothers me. But since I heard it before, which I never liked, and which I can go out through the history of people I met. People that weren't even my friend. I was like, yo, I told you, I don't like that. He said, cool. He's like, oh man, my bad. And I wasn't even punking him. He wasn't even punking me. But it was like, because as soon as I said it, was like, oh, I don't like that. I was like, damn, you don't? And then it brought me to a awareness, like, and when we started talking, we was just laughing because he was like, man, that's what you think about me? He was like, damn, that's what I thought about you. And he was like, the errors, the iniquity, that means everything that was before us, war, racism, poverty, hate, we didn't like you to divide. It was there, feminism, me too, all this hate matter lives that hate matters, all the supremacies was here before me. But somehow I'm the problem. Somehow I'm so weak. I'm so everything that I can't come together with you and we can't have a decent conversation. Oh, I can't even use that word. That's what people that say I don't fit in, that's what they feel like. I see the beautiful woman. I was following her. And of course she fell into the trap of the dude that's no good for her. And I watched her build her business. It's like, wow. She even talked about how she didn't fit in. And how she was being great to herself. Even gave great advice. Added on to the vices. That was good. And then just like took that and threw it out the window for this dude. Excuse me. And I was talking to my associate. I started being talking to an associate with. that I was like, I've been doing surveys. I've been doing surveys with why black women be with white men. So far, my survey is, and the truth be told, they don't think highly of. I'm not mad. I'm gonna use the word black because we call it Black YouTube. So they're not highly up. What's the word? Highly proud of black men. You can hear it in their voice. They don't say it. It's all indirect. Because you were asking them about why you did that. It was, they wanted to build. But it's like, okay, it's cool. I'm not even going to get into their personal. They wanted to build. They wanted certain things. They didn't see that in a black man. They don't see that in me. Don't matter what's my count say, what I say. And then they like the charisma of a person. And I learned this. And I would like to have this discussion. The two type of men. There's no in between. I say hood. Hood mean hard man, hard life. He did some things, okay, not so proud of. He was always strong. He had a certain type of men in his life. Because I'm not saying they was bad. That's the mistake we're doing. That's the error. He was raised a certain way. He didn't go through a certain way. Then you got, I call that, I'm just gonna say that's cold. Because it's more so those guys was the womanizers, the players. They understood women because they had the sisters, they had women at a young age, they had sex at a young age, they had babies at a young age, they had multiple women they was having sex with. They was, again, if not, they had men in their life that done that before that gave them sound advice and things that was great. So it's cold. Then hot. Hot is like men of prestige. They was getting the fathers in because these other side, the fathers was in the home. Then they had prestige. The prestige, they had a little money. Their mother had the mother and the father. They had the little wealth. So they had the uncles that was built for the family too, because a lot of families, everybody have a family that's born into like the trap, the hood, or the so-called bad urban inner city areas. I don't care how rich everyone have at least one. Because and that don't mean that they didn't have their fathers either. So we starting to learn that these statistics are lies. But more so, what happened, women was bred, fostered, and garnished and groomed to still only want to be, and that's all across the board. This is, and you could probably hear, I don't sound angry no more, because you know what I did? I had to accept. And it's going to sound like, it's going to sound like I'm a punk, I'm a wimp, I'm this weak, I'm whatever your women going to call me, whatever men going to call me. I had to accept that I don't have that. I don't have to accept, even if I do get to the prestige side, I would never be down to the cold side because I'm older. I don't have no reason to go sell drugs and go to jail and prison. And we got this formality now. Why? Since Martin and Malcolm went to prison, yeah, they went to prisons on their merits. They didn't go to prison on they tearing down the community. See, and we can't say this because then it's something like, I'm bad. No, I respect you. Now, what are you doing? And I gotta fight you to say that, but you're gonna. And I've done this. I was like, yo, I want to help now. You want to help? Okay, cool. I said, you doing a lot. Let me, this is what I've been doing. No, we don't need your help. You don't understand this. You ain't smoke weed. Oh, so I wasn't the dude watching you smoke weed, watching my peoples get killed, my family getting killed as well by what you was doing. And I wasn't, so you went to prison while I go study and educate, edu mean to go out of, and Kate means to put back into you. So I didn't go educate myself too while you was in prison, educate. So I don't know nothing. So the prestige, so you got the code, I just call it the code. That hood dude, that mentality dude that we know that 90s rap music did. Then the prestige where he got that little charisma. But then you got the in between. I'm in between. I'm not finally liked. I'm not finally loved. I'm not finally advocated for. So, but I don't feel a hurt because I had to take away my hurt. Because I was happy I met men in my life. He's like, what does that mean to you? Just like on Steve Harvey, the woman asked her boyfriend lives at home with his mother and all this. And Steve Harvey said to her, what does that mean? He let her talk. What that mean to you? She's like, well, he live at home with his mother. Why don't? He's like, what does that mean to you? She's like, that's my boyfriend. Like, what that mean to you? So he was like, he worked? She's like, yes. It's like, oh, okay. Do he clean and everything? He's like, oh yeah, I seen him clean. He cook. Yeah, he didn't do all that. Do he contribute to the household? She was like, yes. Then he was like, so now we know he's not just at home, just living with his mother. He's going to school, going to work, contributing. He knows something. He know how to handle things. So what that mean to you? And basically what he was saying to that lady, why is that such a problem to you when he's doing everything he's supposed to do? It's just not in your way. And we can't see that. I put this video up on my last one. The man was like, cat. We can spell it C-A-T. Or we can spell it K. We know the language that they chose, they spelled it C-A-T. But it can be K-A-T the way by the phonetic sound. And we know all the way wrong we spell it X-Y-W. And everybody laughed. He was like at a graduation. But he know we had to come to an understanding. And people would say this. I heard the person say this earlier. And she said it earlier. And I was like, so what am I saying and doing so wrong for understanding? But I'm every name. Then they try to say, well, you feel like, yes, I'm left out. I'm okay with being left out. But I want you to understand, even this is my gifts. This is my talent. This is what the Creator gave me from all of that. You are the example I am the example to that other young man. I'm going to tell that young man or young woman, you're not crying. You're not whining. You're hurt. You have a right to be hurt. But don't let your hurt shape you and form you on how you treat people. On how you think certain words and certain ways shouldn't be still not used because that's how you are. Cool. Because you're going to be the example. It's going to hurt you more because what you're going to have to do, and it sucks. Because we're gonna be in these groups. We still separate and divided as much. People think because we're gonna be together that there's gonna be no separation and divide. Yes, it is. There's gonna still be people of other religions that's all of one race together. Other makeup of nationalities and ethnicities and one race that's gonna be all together. It's gonna be people that have understanding of other things that are gonna be sitting all together. So you're gonna be. It's like we're gonna be in the middle. Because we're going to be like, I don't understand, but I get both sides. Because on my side, I had to learn how to talk to a woman different. I had to learn how to approach a woman different. I had to learn how to go to an interview for a job different. I had to learn how to be an entrepreneur different. Because the way those people can get people to come to them, you in your way, it's not going to be the same. But if you can work together, like I feel if you get people to come to you, they're not going to, and it's going to be, it's horrible to say. They're not going to tell people to come to you. They're not going to mention they're going to say, well, he's part of the community. Go to their page. But the people that they like and understand and more, you do it too. We all do it. We're going to use their names. So I don't want to be in some turmoil with people. I found like, I'm going to mention people that I haven't listened to. I thought was, but some woman said this lady been through a lot. Her name was Cynthia G. About how she went through things. I don't know which live that is on, but I think she did a live with a guy named Osirian, O'Shea, Liar Movement, Information Man, Nyla Says, Ashley W. And other folks that's like them, and they're going to advocate for one another. I'm not going to worry about if they use my name or not, but check out their page. I'm not there to bash them. Because if we all part of one, we're going to eventually come together as one. I say it like this. Even if we never come together, divided we stand, united we fall. United we fall, divided we stand. It don't change if we don't make a conscious, now I'm going to use a conscious, or a conscious cast over effort to bring each other in. If I don't bring you in, so my power one is to work on my inside. So I got to work on my heart. I want my heart to match my brain mentality. I want my brain mentality to match my heart spirit, my heart soul, the spirit man in me. I want mentality. I want my spirituality, mentality, physicality, and emotional and financial to all match. Or if it don't match, be balanced. I know if I gotta go pay rent and I got all the money and somehow I'm gonna be I'm not gonna be I don't want to be late. I gotta make a choice. Do I go buy Flaming Young or do I buy the necessary foods which still was in my budget of what I eat, whether I'm a vegan, I'm a Muslim, I'm a 7-day Adventist, because they all have different eating regimens. Or I practice Lent, Ramadan, whatever it may be. I still have to make sure I'm okay so I can pay my rent for this month or next month coming up. But if you don't use that balance in your logic, and I'm very logical and practical, then where do we go? It's your choice, it's your path, it's your journey. I say I have a focus, a mission, and a position. And this is the part where my position, this area of where I'm coming in, I'm just going to fall back. Let them do. As soon as I don't feel as I'm not involved or they're saying things that is, because they want to say, well, you're being emotional. But when you single out certain words in certain situation, no, if you say most men that didn't go to prison or jail, that didn't behave as in the streets, because I was there too, and this and that. I'm looking around like everybody raising their hand. I've done that, and I'm sitting there like I didn't do all that. Nobody asked me why, because my mother was there. I'm not saying that their mothers and fathers were there, but my mother literally said, "You better be in the house or I'll whoop your butt." I don't know if they got that, but they got some other knowledge. Because a male was there still. I didn't have a male there. But then that make me less of a man. Because I'm not a real man. I'm not charismatic. I'm not Casanova. That lessen who I am. They don't see that as bashing. So I have to tell them, but then if they don't receive it, I say, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Or I need to just let it go away. I'm more spiritual. So my understanding is not white supremacy standard. I'm gonna use the word standard. It's not. I'm gonna say it because I don't live like that. Like a lot of things they was talking about, I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know about all this celebrity stuff. I don't know about I know about 9/11, but thanks to jotting my memory. But then there's other intricate stuff or intangible, and it's like I don't know about that. I don't know that. But that's making me different. But the words are discrediting, bashing, and attacking. Nobody will see it until you say something that they don't like. Now, when they say I don't like it, you say it towards them, then they see it and feel it. But you can't say it that way because you are the example. So that's what I'm learning. I'm a greater example than they may think I am or not. I know just as much that man you think know more than me. I may not articulate it the same way. I may not present it the same way, but I know too. Or I might have learned something. But by him denying me, he might have learned something like, okay, maybe this dude, and I learned I can go around everybody that used to be that do drugs now or used to. Because I don't have a heart to come in there to like, F you. I don't want to change you. Of course, I would like to see that person get off drugs. But I can't change unless they want to change. That's my mentality already. That's why I also had challenging questions. Like, okay, I did this. Did you ever do that? And then if we can't even get into that, it's like, what are we doing? How are we solving? How was we resolving? How was that resolution? We want to get away what killed us, but we keep running into the same psychological cycle. We want to get away what killed us, but we still run into the same psychological cycle. And we don't see that. We don't understand that. And now all these words I said for the 34 minutes, I know somebody didn't get it. So maybe somebody, I don't know the word to use. I have no clue what word should I say to you. Because I don't want to be offensive, but I don't fit in already with you. So I don't really care about being offensive. I just don't know a word to use towards you. I don't know what is going to get you to understand that I'm not coming for you. And I want you to understand, I don't feel emotional, but I still want to understand. It's nothing to be emotional. And that's what, and I remember they put me on the piano, and everybody on that panel went right to one thing I said. I was like, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about, I need to understand, why is it that way? And I learned this. I don't know why my questions don't seem like they coming out right. Nobody can answer that. Even when they say it, I was like, okay. And after a while, I just have to accept it, because they're like, why you keep asking me the same question? You keep going in circles. I'm like, I'm not arguing with you, though. I'm not fighting, am I? If this anger you, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop. Because I still don't understand. Because maybe the verbiage, you talk about the verbiage, you know different languages, you know this, you know that. You telling me you can't, you telling me you can't come up with a way to explain it to another person. I never say can't. I never say impossible. I used to think that. Because I had to free my mind from saying that. I was 6'5", thinking I was 5'6", because they was calling me less than. But then I learned I'm 6'5". I should be at least 6'1". I was 6'5", but I grew fast. So I'm like, I'm 5'6". I should be at least 5'8" right now. Okay, give me some time. Okay, I'm 6 feet finally. All right, now I feel like I'm at my height. I feel like I'm measuring at my height. That's how you should feel. You feel like you should be measuring at the height, your level, your mark, your point. What are you setting for yourself? I do this with myself, so why not be able to do it with another person? And if I can't, cool. I am an example to say, okay, cool, you got this. But along the way, eventually, we got to say, hold on. Do you understand? I want to say I love everybody. I'm about to use these words. I hope one day we can respect each other and our words, how we talk to each other, how we view each other, how we treat each other, how we come along to one another. Hope one day, like, that courtesy work. Hope that care work. You love me, but it's not showing because you're so quick to block me off. I wish I'm gonna use the wish today. So if that's gonna be released onto you, come on, let's wish that we stop looking at each other different. We're not different. If we only knew the similarities that we had, we would feel like jackasses. We would feel so stupid. It's not our fault, because the eras and curses that already been passed down through generation to generation, we just reciting them. We recite them, redoing them. That's all we're gonna keep doing. Because nobody want to go through the real steps. We like to skip steps. We like to jump through steps. We like to jump through hoops. We like to jump over stuff. We like to quicken it. But it's not a quick work. Never. To where I'm at today in 35 years, it wasn't a quick work. I mean, I got to where I'm at 2 years ago. In the mental state, say I am free. I had to love myself like 10, 12, 13 years ago. I had to love myself in my name. I loved my name after high school. So 15 years ago. And we still can't even manage to talk to one another or see each other ways or views. Like, that's important. We don't, that's the word too. We don't see that as important no more. That don't matter. Just because you say it or do it, that don't matter, because you say it and do it. But I'm gonna be the bigger person and say, okay, I stand down, I'm man down, stand down. I'm not there anyway. My energies and frequencies is off tune anyway. It's been like that my whole life. So I'm gonna learn to accept it. I'm gonna see how many people turn back around and look back. I don't like looking back. But when people left behind, how many times we gonna look back and be like, damn, we left them? Wow, we actually left that person. Wow, that person is really helpful. That's a really good-hearted person. That person do know something. But we gonna turn around and look back like, damn, we left them? Or we not gonna, I notice people say, well, they ain't pick up their bootstrap. They ain't do this, they should have been there. Them other people. But then it's gonna be, I'm like, dang, I'm gonna be standing in the back. I'm like, all right, I'll stand way, way in the back. I'm like, all right, I see y'all leaving though. I'm pushing them. You already left me. Cool. I'm okay with that. I'm accepting that. I'm not so accepting by my own race of women. Then they get mad if I do anything out of my race. I'm not mad when they go out their race. Because like my survey showed me, all of what I'm saying, I'm weak. I don't have this, and that. I don't have that. If I don't have a car, I'm like, if I don't have this, I'm already depicted as lower than a barrel. But long as a guy come along and do certain things, she's entertained. That's the heart of her desire. The apple of her eye. So I'm okay with I'm already in that situation. That don't hurt me. I just have to know I'm gonna truly accept who I am. That's who I was made to be, who I was created to be, to not be so acceptable. And it's not I'm not putting a bad reinforcement because I know I'm great. I can't force a woman to see me as great. I can't force another man to see like, man, that's actually logical and practical. Good job. But I can't say to him, yo, I respect you. Good job. I'm happy you did change. I'm happy you is doing that. See, I don't expect him to say that back to me. Because he don't see me as he see what he's doing as top of the line great. It's not, and he got back up with it. So he's okay. So I just say, okay, I got that. I'm cool. I don't hate you. I don't self-loathe and say I hate my own skin. I don't have to do nothing. I don't want to go out of my race of women. I don't want to go worldwide searching cross seas to find a wife. Cool. I take this suffer. And I want to encourage, and this is going to sound horrible, and it's going to sound weak to other people because they're not going to understand this. If like how we say sometimes, because you already in the group. If you got all the women, you can get women by not knowing how to do things and say things. This is not even applying to you. It's not a diss to you because I respect you. But this is to the young men, especially African descent, black, indigo men. Your life is different from theirs. And if you can learn that at a young age, that'd be great. Because that would allow you to focus on something, like a mission, your purpose, your position. I'm playing my position because I'm 35. I'm a little late because it's rare to get to where I'm at by 50, where I want to be, and then still create a family and still have that youth in me. I can have that fun and joy in me because I'm late. I didn't have it. And I thought if I went, just like when you go to school, you thought if you go to school, you study hard, you get good grades, you get a good GPA. When you go to jobs or whatever you was going to do with it, you thought it was just going to work. You wasn't told. It's not that you was naive or gullible, but you had to understand that this should work. But you didn't know that it was certain things, and it's nothing wrong with that. That's why I try to encourage young men. There's nothing wrong that you didn't know. At least you can recognize it now. They don't make you less than. They don't make you bad. They don't make you weak. They don't make you a chump. They don't make you a simp. They don't make you a lame. Is a person with a disability. He got a disability because he don't know what his ability is. That's a lame. And you're not nice. Nice means foolish. There's a lot of foolish and idiotic people on this earth. A lot of men in your family, a lot of women. I know if I whip my penis out without a protection or knowing this is the woman I want to be with, and we have consensual sex that she agree and I agree, and we agree the whole time through, and whatever we do, that it's possible I can have a baby. There's never a time every time I did that. So it was never a time I didn't know going in what would happen if I don't do the right precautions or prepare myself. Everybody else got to get away, and you got to understand, they got away with it. She get to go out and do that. You didn't. She was taught she's the apple at the top of the tree. You got to go get her. Even though you might have a broke leg or her, she's not supposed to move nothing out. She want to see the best man get her. So all the best men get her. So the next one, all the other men get her. Where you left at? Not left at you don't have the same But then what happens, some things don't work out, then realize that may not have been the right one. And you're sitting there and you sitting there like, what? Now you want me? You can be a cool and say, okay, I still accept her even though she got 2-3 kids. I don't have any. And it's not a diss, but they're going to take it. See how what we would say is a diss, but how they say things about us since, oh, you just mad because she say you just mad. She asks you a question about what about you think about the guy. And I tell her that guy not that great, but you can go ahead. Oh, you just hate and I don't like you. See, she can say that. He can say, oh man, you don't like because I was in the street. No, like, well, he can say that, but you can't have your view. That's why I say you are, and this is a badge of honor to me. If you can be an example and just bust out all their logic, and you can bust out their logic and talk and prove them wrong. That make me smile because I'm a very prideful person. I know if I clean and leave a room and somebody else clean and leave a room, my stamp is on it. And how they know is my stamp? Because every time now when they see you leave a room and I leave a room clean in the same room, they're going to see a difference because my stamp is on it. And that's the specialness, that's the talent and gift that you have. They're not going to understand because and just recently, I had 2 women that so-called wasn't the great leader of a man call me. And yesterday and today, another one called me, 2 separate ones. So the 2 calls told me last week and the week before was the same woman. Yesterday it was a different woman. Today was a different woman that I used to talk to. Maybe I told her we didn't build a relationship that to get to dating or anything, just talking on the phone, or we did date, or we got close to courting because it was like the end of dating and it didn't get past that. They called me. I had one call me and I can tell her indirect questions. She was trying to see if I did bad. And you can take her whole aura change over the phone. I noticed that. I work with more spirituality than like research and studying. So I was like, dang. I was like, all right, bye. And I got off the phone. Like I said to her, I was like, dang. She called me to see if I was doing bad. That's messed up. And the worst part, the worst thing I ever did to her was not have money to buy a $200-$300 purse at the time she had wanted. That's the worst thing I could have done for her. But made sure she wanted to get her nails, and it's not even my girlfriend. It wasn't even my wife. And appreciation. One, I let it live with me. The appreciation. But the dudes that are the charismatic, I noticed, the most charismatic men are the men that's not treating them right. And I noticed it. I'm not mad because I'm accepting. I'm going to stop saying it because then it's going to sound like I'm mad. Because that's their logic. I can't beat their logic with my logic. Because I can't beat their logic to get understanding either. So you got to learn. You are the example. You might have to do that. You might have to sing weak. You might have to sing like you're less than to be strong in yourself. Because you know what you're doing. You know what you're not doing. You know what you're capable of. They're not going to see it. They're not going to, because you're off of their understanding and their logic. Even though you're analytical just like them and practical, they're not going to see it. You got to be okay. But they're not going to be okay. And that's to save peace. And that's to move forward. And sometimes that's an answer to move forward. To save face is just to accept. So that's what I learned. I hope you learned something from this live. I want you can talk on the comments, start creating forums, whether I have people going or not. People look at me stupid. Like down, they're gonna come back and look at my videos and listen. And most likely I'm gonna break them up. And like, this dude is doing this with no people viewing and like yeah, because I know I don't need one person to know that where I'm supposed to be at in my life. So you be your greatest you, your best you. Shalom.